Doey here with Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat, and I'm joined today by world title challenger Liam Williams. Liam, how's it going, mate?
All right, mate. Yes, thank you. I'm doing really good. Just tired, as you can imagine. There's a lot going on. Obviously very hard training, sparring, filming, all kinds of crap going on. So I'm very physically and mentally draining. So I'm just getting a bit of time to myself and just getting, as I said, just getting some relaxation, just chilling on the bed, and I'm watching some boxing on YouTube.
Nice, sounds good. In terms of all that stuff that you've got going on around the fight, what do you find most draining? Because you're probably used to training 24/7, but is it all the extra stuff, these sorts of calls, the build up? What is it that sort of like takes that bit out of you?
Do you know what? To be totally honest, it was a bit of a pain in the ass, all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, you gotta try and be fair, because not you personally, but you are type of people, and this, not to sound like, not to disrespect you, but you are type of people in terms of the ones who chase you for interviews, and the people who want your time. You have to try and give a little bit back, because when I was nothing and nobody wanted a piece of me, to get me on interviews and get me out there, get me views, you were the type of people who helped that way. So this is about paying back a little bit, I suppose.
Yeah, and for those watching, and proper boxing fans will know this, there's not really a lot in this for you. Like, I don't want to do us media types a disservice, but like, I'm getting your time here. Like, you're the one doing me a favor, and your time's really appreciated. And especially at the level you're at now, you almost don't need the sort of smaller outlets like this. So from us in Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat, we're really grateful for this time. So without further ado, just want to kick on and see what we got. So obviously, big fight coming up, Demetrius Andrade. You're out in Miami now. How are you feeling? Are you settling in there? Is your setup good out there?
I'm not actually in Miami.
Are you not?
No, I'm in Sheffield, but I'll be going. I'll be going in the next day or two. So,
right. So
yeah, I wanted to get my last bit of sparring and the last bit of hard training. Important training. Then I'm going to train next week, of course, to a decent standard of decent intensity. But I mean, this is my last proper week where I dig in.
Yeah. How does the obviously you'll have a plan in mind, but how does the tapering off look for you? Do you have any sort of light sparring lined up for when you're out there, or is it just literally ticking over, watching the weight and keeping sharp?
Yeah, I'm taking someone over to spar with me. It just really depends whether I'll actually use them or not, because I might not need to, but I'm gonna do it to be safe, because sometimes I do like to knock off 2 weeks before, because then I can just focus on just relaxing, knowing the game plan's right, knowing everything's good, and I can just make weight and chill and just look forward to the big week in the fight.
Yeah, of course. And this is a fight at a different level. This is the opportunity you've been wanting for a long time. Does that sort of impact the way you're thinking about things? Obviously, you said you'd like to knock off a couple of weeks before usually. Are you starting to think, it needs to be a little bit more, a little bit less? Are you training a bit longer? Is there any sort of impact given the scale of the fight, or are you just sticking to your usual routines?
Yeah, mate. If it's not broke, don't fix it, they say. So it's just like, for me, business as usual. I'm trying to just keep everything as simple and straightforward as I can. Yeah, that's about all there is to it, really. Just like same as usual, same cut-off time, same. I always train very, very hard anyway. I'm one of them people who I give my all in every session. And to be honest with you, a lot of the time I need to be held back a little bit, because I'm one of them people who's, if I'm not controlled in terms of somebody holding me back, sometimes I'm likely to go overboard and do a little bit too much, So I think it's just, yes, it's just one of them. I train very hard anyway, and I'm just trying to keep everything the same, because it's been working for me in the last, for a long time now. So why try and change it now?
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And you're going into this fight then. So it's been well documented that Demetrius Andrade, I'm going to start talking about him here. He's changed his tune a few times. So at first, he's never heard of you. Who's Liam Williams? Blah, blah, blah. He's looking at other people. Next interview, he's talking about your losses with Liam Smith and stuff like that, and he knows your sort of record in depth. How much of it is mind games, and how much of it do you think he legitimately doesn't know you? Is there any of that?
I think he's just playing it all down, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't really know what his game is. If he is actually underestimating me, thinking it's going to be an easy fight, then fantastic. That's good, because it's going to make it even easier the more it's going to be for me anyway.
Yeah.
Because he's going to, probably cut corners and whatnot. But I really, really don't think that's the case. I just think I think he's trying to do a bit of reverse psychology on me, because he's trying to make me think that he's underestimating me. So I don't have as much. So I don't have as much fire, or maybe I take my eyes off the ball a little bit. I think that's what he's trying to do. But I know he's not a silly person. He's been around the game for a long time. He knows how it is. He knows me, and he knows what I'm about. So this is going to be his hardest fight by a mile, and he's going to get beat.
So look, I've been looking at your records, just to a sort of quick comparison. He's got 29 defeats and undefeated. He's racked up 18 knockouts in that time. You've racked up the 18 knockouts in less fights. His record, without being disrespectful, doesn't have like a big name or like an obvious person. It's fair to say you're going to be his toughest test. Do you think he might have bitten off a bit more than he can chew? Because he talks a very big game. He's very confident, but he's never really had someone to drag it out of him like you will coming up.
Yeah, exactly, mate. You're right. He's saying, do you know what? He probably has been avoided to a certain level because of his awkwardness, his tricky style, southpaw. He's big. He's got a lot about him that you probably would avoid in a fight if you had the choice then. So yeah, he probably is avoided to a certain level, but he makes out that everybody's scared of him and nobody wants any part of him. Where I'm going to say this anyway, to be honest, but I don't see that. I don't see why he thinks people are avoiding him, because I don't fear him one little bit. He's good. He's got the potential to beat anybody in the world, or on his given night. But he's not a scary fighter, is he? I don't fear him in that sense at all.
Yeah, I think personally, and for what it's worth, I think you're right there. There's not that fear factor, but like you said, he is tricky, he's big, he's sort of like quite rangy. What do you think then, when you look at him, and you've obviously seen fights or watched tape, whatever you do to prepare, what's his sort of main strength or biggest thing that you need to take away from him to get the win?
you know what? There's nothing actually which really, you know, comes into my mind that he's great at doing. He's a good all rounder. He's good. He's got good upper body movement. You know, he slips a lot of shots, and I just think the fact that he's big, rangy, and he's a southpaw are his biggest, are his most powerful tools. On, but anything other than that, just like he's just decent.
Yeah. To flip it round then, what's your sort of your strongest asset that you're going to take to him? Obviously, your last 7 fights have all ended in knockout, so you've got the power. For example, a common opponent, you knocked out Alantes Fox, broke him down. Andrade didn't do that. Do you feel that getting close to him and making him feel the power is what is going to be the difference for you?
I mean, when you're going with a common opponent, a lot of people have mentioned that to me, but for me, I'll just tell you what I think. I think to compare the way we beat him is a lot of bullshit, really, because not from you personally, but like I'm just saying, people obviously see that we both boxed Atlantis Fox. I done him in 5 rounds. He went distance with him. So really, I should probably stop Andrade. You know, technically on paper. So, but styles make fights, don't they? And every fight, every style against another style is different. So, you can't really go off that. But I just think I'll have too much in the locker for him. I'm physically strong. I can punch hard. You know, I can knock him out with either hand. And I just think at this moment in my career, I'm flying. I'm kind of, I would say, almost at my peak now. And I just think I've just got too much desire to win, too much drive. A lot, you know, along with everything else, the preparation and the talent I have, along with combining it all, I just don't think he's going to have what it takes to beat me.
Yeah. And yeah, those 2 fights, talking back about that, I guess, if anything, it maybe just sums up slightly his approach to the fight, where he wants to, you know, he's happy to sort of lengthen out on points, and you've just been going for people and just getting them out of there. Like the sort of classic is, you don't get paid overtime in boxing. Liam, I don't really want to take any more of your time, because I know that you're sort of like deep in preparation and that you're going to be focused on the game and stuff like that. Before we do go, is there anyone or any sort of sponsors or anything like that you want to just sort of thank for the build up so far, and give your appreciation to?
Yeah, well, of course, I've got a lot of sponsors. I'm not going to start rattling them off now because I'm pretty tired, and I'm pretty confident that I will end up forgetting one or two. And I really don't want to do that because that's unfair. So just want to say a big thanks to everyone for the, you know, continued support, and obviously just tune in the Zone 17th of April and watch me become world champion.
Brilliant. Liam Williams, thank you very much. Been chatting to Eat, Sleep, Box and Repeat. Best of luck, good health to you, my friend, and we'll see you again soon.
Top man, thank you very much, mate.